don't come back till they for can talk about things where they happen. How we on sweet chat salon. I know you. Oh, let we let for do them bad things them. We they feel almost alone. I know you. Oh, we yard. Famul, this na you yard. Once a plenty thank you. So the one that will subscribe to the channel and we don't like, comment and share with video. And we want to say plenty thank you. So una will get the patience for go na YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, click with video them. Burn una credit for support we watch with video them. Who tell una plenty thank you. If you just to join me today, we want to say do ya. Press the subscribe button and then you press the notification bell. So anytime we post the video, you will be amongst the first people then we go get with video then.
Yes, subscribe. You always the watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wait you get for do, press this red subscribe button and then you come over here and press this bell. So the bell option, press this one with all. It don't done. It no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don't help me for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.
We are don't come back till they for can talk about things where they happen. How we on sweet chat salon. I know you. Oh, let we let for do them bad things them. We they feel almost alone. I know you. Oh, we yard. Famul, this na you yard. Once a plenty thank you. So the one that will subscribe to the channel and we don't like, comment and share with video. And we want to say plenty thank you. So una will get the patience for go na YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, click with video them. Burn una credit for support we watch with video them. Who tell una plenty thank you. If you just to join me today, we want to say do ya. Press the subscribe button and then you press the notification bell. So anytime we post the video, you will be amongst the first people then we go get with video then.
Yes, subscribe. You always the watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wait you get for do, press this red subscribe button and then
then get out the big one them. Who's one them? The one who been before on government business. So maybe I see the smile.
Yes,
you
because
just a smile. We don't eat
then tender always even begin. It's all like say the sound being balance you.
Yeah, bro, you don't make them miss some.
Okay. Stay.
Because that kind of stuff out. Not to be repeated.
Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back to a beautiful program. This not to blow mind, but it's not we own. Not me and my boy Yun. We had. Well, we be all lost senti. We don't come here. But this term are different. I don't know how to put them. Also, you don't lodge now. I understand say you didn't buy mountain cutter. You don't take mountain cutter here. I can give you address right now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can give you
Life
address.
sweet.
I don't mind for give you address.
Life sweet, me brother.
No to life sweet
That's-
business.
That's
I can give you address right now. I'm almost mountain cut today. If you did mountain cut at all.
You don't have me corner to drink cold water.
I'm almost today. Na mountain cut.
5B.
Mountain cut. Me upper mountain cut. Uspa na we.
Opposite of guy.
Uspa na we LinkedIn a day.
You didn't pick up from. You know that, huh?
Interestingly, today we ready for tell una we address them. But anyway, no make they go na their address them day because low left than the normal. Big
Let
thing
them
that
come.
happen.
Now party. Come. Let them come. Now party there.
No, big thing that happen inside we had. Then few days there, so the time they will not be the camp plus the time we don't come. All of them things and they until today, plenty things don't happen. Well, today, the thing where we feel say happen, where most of we don't see. If you don't watch with channel, you don't see say yes, we bring and come to you live. Kandeh Yumkella been get a case na the Supreme Court. Also, them be they interpret the law concerning citizenship, whether it eligible, whether it qualify for contest as presidential candidate or he qualify for contest as member of parliament as he be inside one big caretaker now we are, you understand that there? But after all of this, them being charged them being can't go to court say and not be eligible. Well, if them being go and then find out say yes, you're not eligible, it means say automatically they lost in seats in a parliament. And the second person for be don't take over way for definitely be APC somebody. But Kandeh Yumkella, what you put them? It's like say he kick over the head. Because they're not been get strong things them against them. But we'll come to that and the judges now, yeah? And Sambule muna kushe nuna hadu. We had don't come. You know, inside the program or inside things that will happen inside we had, apart from the fact that Kandeh Yumkella, we know the chance rebuilding. We said they talk about $4 million and so for renovate the chance rebuilding in United States, yeah, the salon chance rebuilding in United States. Well, let's say the two government, they all two fire for the money. Well, we be the telling us say them people are the same people, them they all two for the game rights and 1-1. Out of 4 million, they share by equal. Then they eat, then they can, hey, you the thief, then they come back, they eat the same thing. But how this thing will end? Who that then go press past who that? And what to make the case get this kind of name where it gets so right now? I say the one way they complain in all of this case now the caretaker. So why make the omit African Express when they raise the alarm? Now they come up with a big case where make plenty people then get for your bodies. Who say caretaker young come? What kind say that the Gigi snob yeah? My name is Nasembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. I dey also with my brother from a different.
Live Gure Kablai from the north. The man, the warrior with the sharp cutlass. We have balance now we had like salt. Lost na plazas.
Well, I hope say you know go lost again like way salt a loss inside plaza, senti.
We don't come back and we don't come very strong.
Okay, if that be the case, if we really don't come back and we don't come very strong, let's begin look at the humanitarian part of everything. Well, not to today, not to yesterday, some time back, one young bobo, well, inside Creole, they say on back. He developed some kind of abnormalities in back. Well, this boy also really they try for look for help. We don't actually post them no more now we page, you know, on our YouTube, but we decide for come up with them again inside this particular program, so you will get for see and maybe you get help you want for give to this particular boy. Yeah? So let me go and listen to waiting at the plea where in mama and incessant they make to you when you watch this program now. When they come back, Jason.
Yes, what is your name?
My name is Said Tarawali.
Said Tarawali. How old are you?
My age is 9 years old.
9 years old. Okay, Saidu, as I see your body, I not see you know well. So, what you want for the Papa government and other select organization do for you?
I want to they help me for my body. So I want to they help me because of the people that don't need suffer. I want to they help me with my operation say that will do for me because mama they don't need spend. We don't go all ka hospital. People that they don't need suffer. So I want to they help me.
Okay, so right now you go school?
No, this year when I don't get her, I will go school. But once I say I dey try for go school, but this year it made them me future beginner bond me.
So class amos you dey now?
I dey class 5, but as this year don't hold me now, so I'm not able to go school again.
How many years don't pass you when you go school?
Now the 2 years this now, I'm not able to go school again.
Okay. So you say you want for let Papa government and other so that organization that come to you aid not so?
Yes.
Okay. So we will come to Saidu Tarawali Imomi for make we go ask him concerning Saidu Tarawali in health. Yes, ma, what na your name?
My name is Hawana Tutawali.
Hawana Tarawali. How long you don't try for men Saidu?
Well, I don't depend on the 3 years this now. So 30 days I not see better. It's this boy I be there with an athlete when I share new road, I don't be there. But not also abona, but they like today be don't sick na me and the 3 years this. We don't try hospital to hospital na church to church. They say not to hospital sick. I take her, I go to an upline. Me with my family, they all be don't come on at 10 years, we don't go in an upline now. We don't spend time for this week here. Government money no dey again do ya. Me dey beg una for let the government help me now make me pikin. I don't need suffer be this week here. Dey late today. Wetin gbe we dey eat, we no get am. I dey lay down for like able get sleep. I no able get sleep na my life. Even now I dey talk so I no well. The stress wan kill me for me bobo. And I dey too great again. Do ya? I dey beg the government may help me. Do ya?
So I see picture on your hand. What are they for that pictures then?
So this is the time in the site really no secret. Now a picture this, the one na Richard Allen, na they be do this sport here. The time in no secret now the picture then this. Do ya government at the help at the request for help. Do ya?
Saidu, if somebody want help you, how long we would do for help you?
The address then I the contact number there, the orange number there.
So it means if somebody new will call yourself for like you will go to the hospital and any amount you get to go to the room you know so?
Yes.
I print the number and they know so?
Yes, if you want post one self for Fenway, we dey by Bobby Wa Waterloo.
Okay.
My mom she shipping.
Okay. Okay. And also somebody will be a blessing to Saidu for saving life through prayers and also for sharing videos them. If you don't get nothing for Saidu for save from this sickness, you go be sharing videos them until you reach the last person. Will be say it go be a blessing to Saidu. God bless you as you share this video.
All right, I think this now waiting. This plenty people don't share them. Plenty people don't share them. We be don't share them now we page, but I think say now I get the time more for listen to waiting the Bobo of FDC. Very bright, young boy. You know, he's smart from waiting at the EDC. You know, he know everything about himself. You know, so please help, let we help whatever way we able to do this in your little way. We go appreciate them. Unfortunate say we not able to put the number now, but anytime if you call we go able for write a number for you and give you let you contact them. We not get anything for do with them. We not sabi them one day. We not ever talk with them one day, but we feel say no more. Whatever we can help you with the number, yeah. Or you rewind the video back small bits. zoom and get the number for yourself, yeah? So you go able for contact them if at all you want for help them, yeah? We tell you plenty, thank you. We appreciate you so much. Bye bye.
Well, I think now in that as people don't listen to the cry of the mama and the pikin itself we get in problem, you know. I feel so sad when the mommy they give the story of this pikin itself not able to be here until water run yai. Well, really, the mommy they call on the government and other surrogate organization them, but this I feel that more the surrogate organization them, and me and you, where they watch this program and listen to this family they cry. You could also see on Facebook as waiting me what I say. Do ya make we all come on board and help? Because outside who forbid get serious governments them na some of their criteria and they step in and help. But hey God, the government they will get today, that minister, that caretaker would prefer for go take care of girlfriend in affairs them than for rescue life like this. Now a very young bodies we don't even know how it will become tomorrow. Now you don't can encounter any kind of problems there, we do not born them with them. So I believe in as much as not to them born them, if me and you able to step in and try for give you little help who get, I feel say it is able to gain a health back by the name of Allah, what we all they pray to. So we just the help for call on whosoever we feel say you want help in you little way, not take us say it's small. Whatever you get, 1,000 leos, 2,000 leos, 1 euro, 2 euro, $1, $2, whatever money or whatever side where you did at the wall where you feel say you will help, we they call on you for make you come on board and help this family. So you they wipe these chairs, now this mommy and this mobile they are.
I think you get we get a responsibility. Yeah. I think one thing we I know at first, then they say now one person in the born, but not one person the men. Although everything don't they change, but I still feel say we still get this what I can say you still get people with that kind of heart. You know, for make you see this person they suffer, you able for help, and we don't they say them, and we family members then don't they display that one day, so we feel say that will continue for help. But by the way, oh left handy now. Anybody want for help, then go help them. But I feel disappointed in you.
How?
You want for tell me say upon all way you renew. You old Ferry, you get a new engine. After some time, you mean the Bible Ferry where you put your name pa. Now you want go left people in the water?
Don't blame me. Now the load 9 bucks. We don't say caretaker cannot be there. When it comes, some people have been used that ferry there for good sake. Caretaker and then go overload the ferry don't begin the problem. So
that's not bad habit, not like power government. Okay, low watch this thing quicker and watch it two different scenario, one right up and one down, and then watch outside the ferry there. The two different ferry there. Hey, Papa God, my whatever. Low watch and quick when they come back just now. Not a new one, not to today happen, but low just watch and back when they come back just now.
Good morning. This na a passenger on board MV Baibure. Today, the 17th of August 2021, we take off from Government Wharf Terminal for Camp Kisi at exactly 8:25. The ferry fasten. Now they don't call boat for Camp Towi. We don't there for over 30 minutes. We still they hold on, they wait. Over 1 hour they wait. This na the Aliko leader where they come Towi for go Kisi terminal. Can you imagine? This na the MV Baibure ferry, the newly renovated ferry where governments don't put out, we don't advertise. Na in don't fasten. And I understand from so many other, this na upstairs are there. The passengers they're also distressful. They're so stressed out, then they downstairs. Now me and one my colleague they upstairs because now we no more get mine.
for make we come witness wetin dey go on. Fambule Asila send this on to una. If una self get am, una share am far and wide.
Yeah, Fambule una wacho Salon develop one, e dey far. Now we dey middle water so. Middle water. Look at. We dey reach towards the Tagri now. The boat, the ferry don't stock just closer to the road itself now. No, it don't stop now. You know they will move. Then they take people from inside the ferry with boat for custom go over the Tagri. Just imagine. See people people in the street. People that don't come up from 2 o'clock. Where come up from 2 o'clock.
Thank you.
Look at my area. Yes. They tell you back say, oh, they snap, no snap, fine. Yes.
So you see, this now all to the ferry then. My area, nine don't almost reach them a z. By way himself come under with his sharp cutlass and able for do nothing. Himself go engender for all the new engine. But until this self, I think that be new engine per waiting. Old body. But a new engine really then buy on our old engine. But this not all waiting, no. I don't understand. Anyway, I left you.
Well, of course, the people now the disgrace this way the government give me.
Whose government?
Me of all bad way. All bad way. Eh?
Whose government? If you say in a better person, continue.
You know, my people, when them people that they play with, I always tell you now, the way I will take with self now, so them people they take with. With a one great man, how much money they can allege in the thief. Yeah? We know the money the way they say the female vice president alone than the second commander at the house, we carry the money the way they say they even give for travel allowance. All them money are family and do for me to get a ferry. Instead, then they go paint all ferry, then panel beats and then well done. You they see the senseless support and then they come back. We government the work, power, talk and do. It is a shame to we Sierra Leoneans for they celebrate some of the things they are me family. Because if them people are take we serious, very well we they load for cross water. But I talk one thing one day, whenever we talk about this ferry, I can always begin beyond from the APC. When we go take one rotty ferry, they count the same Nancy ferry, where everybody dance and jubilate. The same thing they repeat today inside the misdirection. So when it comes to this transport talk, not to one government, the government they all over they get, they're not serious for transport business inside we had. When I look what they have right now. When I look. Anyway.
I like the word where you talk. Say the government them. Them very much unserious. Last stress to emphasize on that word. Very unserious. Like you say about the last government, take plenty millions of dollars, say then they go buy ferry, out rot in Pambodina. At the end of the day, they eat all the money. The one they way don't eat some money, they do. If you don't die it now, that dirty they be pay you. But then say that my own done. But I think say don't each time follow begin they handle them one by one. Because if they don't begin handle the case from them then they for be fine. But I can tell you say we government you they not go put money on this, me uncle and me auntie. Because we the build bridge. And we the build bridge by this December. So forget about that day. We no for put on pan ferry. We need buy no scrap ferry can at the bridge bets now they put this December. After that, don't forget about this wahala na the road for ferry business. But talk and go, talk and come. Then people are really not serious. So they're not serious for transportation at the country. If private people are not knack chest, yeah, they're not do anything. Let tell you something. This caretaker, first of all, he not say the transportation, especially the water taxi, then what? They're not so bad. What thing he do? He not take almost million go by boat. Not only pack so then there's there within the Allah.
Of course.
So what do you expect? If they care about themselves only, they care about themselves. You know, like I be talk to somebody today in private where they talk about intention and what he plan for do and all of this thing. But the angle we want for come on now government and they want go link back and say, hey, me brother, government them pass you get money before they see you. If you not get that kind of money, they need see you. They need encourage you half. They need encourage you. Only usa you go carry with kickback for that minister, that director, where they go get kickback. Now no more than concern about. Until this system left now we wall and now we country, we not go able for progress at all. Government in, government out. They all don't misdirection. They all the misbehave power in terms of transportation of the country. Look how it suffers. 10 now. From where some people are born, where they make that ferry so, where they paddle and so that kind where they na bones. Where they draw chain. Say that the paddle ferry so for go lunge and out and column. 10 now no able get so ferry. From what you then name me, take go. 10 now. But when you camp and no more, where them paint and pan, they knock and body, them paint them, then put them. They say hey, we don't count new ferry. All man begin for the government they work like what you say no more. Now idleness. They're not serious so, and they're not concerned about we. If they're concerned about we, look the other day. The female vice president goes to down one party ferry there. The fake people them, like for saying self the user, they not say they not use. They don't like themselves because they not say na pan body.
But what you people say they go do they?
Na for go campaign no more. Now the only thing and they go for go campaign, snap pictures, send them to people and say we all use the same transport. Pan fake.
Good.
Now this then they copy of banya faking. Also they call them. Why you have fake life also? But I know say that one day we go through Waterloo. Now I make them people then politicians they talk every day. They don't ever want for see we. For let we get sense. Every day they want follow in at the same side. So then go do all kind rotor tap away. Do anything they want for do. Now the same thing no more they want for see we pan. But one day, God the own time go be. And then we go see. Because the people they own, it tell us say we not ready for get sense so. We not ready for get sense at all.
So before God the reach, we need to prepare ourselves for.
If this government first term, they're not able to prove them. Now second term, when are the term for thief and go, then go able to prove her. Then go able to prove her. Hey, let me not dream myself. Then say my do the street now from the bachelor's eve. Therefore, we don't begin prove and now we'll see some percentage. We will begin enjoy. So if then the destiny is second term self, we'll not for mine again because we know say they use for do Saturday. Now that they use for do. After first term, second term, now thief and pack. Then go their way. But anyway, I wonder when we will get sense. Okay, from that the Lord move small, my brother. Tintranga na the country, oh. Tintranga. But you know who knows say how Tintranga, they not only the make the tax and other thing and difficult power. They as well they do things then where they make we see this, we smell the sufferness now. Fine one. They market people they say and they find they only learn nothing. They don't begin boss for them back. Oh. If you're waiting and they do that and they right now, they market one belly woman, not to picking cry. But don't watch this video, they come back just now. Okay, so hold on. This one no cool. Hold on, let's just get on. Because I want to follow you see everything inside this particular thing. So just hold on so quick. Hold on. Then tear right now with the apple now this with tongue here. So it's not really funny. And I think say we need for begin find idea for them thing there. But we no more. Hey God. We don't they come we don't they go now the same alake because now so they can say not alake again. This not alake. It don't pass alake now. But one day, God in own time go reach and we go reach to that Waterloo. All man go see them and then they knock pan for them. One day we must reach to that point. Let me see what they happen. Let we get this video quick one and then we see what exactly them do. This na model happen.
I don't know whether it will reach that. They suppress people then. As I don't see no more now.
No, but I think
They destroy people that market them. They destroy people that market them. People don't get peace. Now watch. Family. They put people in table them.
if they see them every day, perhaps.
You see?
I say, wait, be saying
Now not some of people them.
Then go all for me. That's one.
When I watch my family, what they do? When I watch what they do. They destroy the innocent people that market them. When I watch my family,
No, they do.
when I watch.
Yeah.
When I watch my family.
Okay. That's what they go on over everything.
Yeah, this is not flannel. This it happen at Ferry Junction.
Okay, no problem.
This way
Okay.
this way they happen right in front of me. Right in front of me, my family. Right in front of me, as they don't destroy the innocent people and market them. As soon as they see no more now. They don't beg them the entire pandemic. Them beg them the entire, even the three bottom man. They among them. When I watch, my family, when I watch, what will happen? When I watch. Well, now this one happened at Ferry Junction. Now the innocent woman they cry in my family. As I don't see na belle woman back home. Na belle woman back my family. See we say it fen and antomort. Now they them people don't come destroy the market. As I don't see the full video. When I thank you very much. This happened at Ferry Junction. As when they see the motorcar, they can't gather people and property there. The way they give out this information, I mean, I thank you very much and I feel for sure.
Well, of course, my people have asked. We all don't see the video, we don't play. Now, this the Sierra Leone police, we are the Union police, them, they do to we people, them. We are the government, they are force the quiz to people, them. The police, them, they are the quiz to people, them. The soldiers, they are the squeeze to people, them. The soldier team, they are the squeeze to people, them. The country squad, they are the waiting really they go on now we don't know.
So the question we go ask now, would that really give authority for this? Now the police themselves, now the trade ministry, or now the city council? I don't know separation.
This is very clear. City council get their own officers there if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that is correct, because if they want to do then operation and can do joint operation with the officers then. Yeah,
good.
Right?
But you know, city council cops there now salon police now you see there.
Okay, so in some cases then go say street trading in some areas them not are allowed. They're not allow street trading in some areas them. But let's look at this other angle. What are the provision where they make for them people also for sale? Whose market where they don't ever build for them people are for sale? Whose big field where they don't open for them people also for sale? And the other part of them now, not only take and broke where they broke now. Now, if at all, that woman get for go see in market. If now 100,000 you market together or 1 million, for example, something at 200 million and 200,000 you go meet now. That is if you meet them, if you're lucky. Because we see they don't take and so they can't go there, they go hand over and to this and that. Every morning, if you not get paste for a family and a host, now they go to take paste. If you not get brush, now they go to take brush. If you not get anything, now they go to take them. By the time you the mara, all thing done. So then tell all them they take so. If you look and say na two angle. One because of their own, then the thief them thing and they at the end of the day make use of them for their own personal business. But at the other part again, you look at say, who's area this? Okay, na Ferry Junction, who's pass this? They say for sell it, not for sell there. They don't put one in there, they don't put one in there. Because sometimes they the market two man can get their own game. But whose provision? Because na the same thing that I can talk. When sometimes they say, hey, if you throw the thing at it, na 500,000, you make provision for that day. You put trash bin or trash can any inside there. You put dirty box. For example, like you always make mention of this. If you come up from circular, you take go na bombe, no dirty box unity. No dirty box. So I expect people for the do. By the way, when you not get for able for go na that far, now street you get for through am. So when you talk pan the dog, you get for talk pan the bone. But then police there, so most of the way they can take people in markets, that Bacha streets, that Usai, I call and no more now. By the 10 and they reach, you side and they reach. Better another again. Tell me but you bad day rest with them be it for you. Because it's similar to this.
But me and you see, I tell you, say, I don't go out with my friends them for go celebrate bag. I get food behind the car. I dey drive from Shell to Local Step. One night club there, something like that, 50 star. The police say I drive them bad. But now una right. Although me, I know say I not drive una bad. I beg, una don't forget about this. No. Now what the first boss alone police, when they see your money driver must guide the jealous. No. This case no they don't have this, I don't go na police. Okay, no problem, I don't go. But make I drive my own car, we go na police. The Bra say no, take the car and drive am. Now for make them people they go detain me. They don't know if na dog food I put behind or the food get poison. For make them people they detain me. When they left me now, I can't open the car. So me surprise. The food now the foil nobody me to the empty plate. The sky is scattered at the motoka. Like people they fence by the food.
Because na dog they eat them. They mistake open the back boot so the dog then they can eat them. So you're not go waiting. But I think saying the thing this, it just get for be like that. I just want for you bring that kind of scenario there. Let we see no more how this woman or how them people here to the market get for end up. We don't discern plenty time. Plenty time. When they're not able for go with them, it na void. Yes, Bible.
If now here we show people them who say salon police they thief bike number plates. They paint am for go put am on another bike.
They pull am from red to black.
From commercial owner red to private. Not to food bike plate. So tell me who's that food involved? House use things them like paste and other things that involved. Where some man they for buy paste self na problem. When that paste where he buy 2 months ago. When you picking go squeeze and boku sem na beats back na house. And when you don't get for chair that paste for clear all the all left there before you go buy other one, you go see am free. Salon police so many to know. When we say
they calling girlfriend tomorrow.
They send food, that food in now only eat.
Yeah, but una paste done. You say no, I not get to cow time. I want una paste done. I not get to cow time. Aisha una paste done. No, I not get to.
Also, all in that friend.
I think that friend them. I'm not saying human. In fact, human is not even member human self. He may member himself. He get for make sure say he buy for all man we not spend 50 millions. That's what he get for happen with this poor man. But the woman wey they try forget in living. We rest for it now na boy picking as people can say. We think we want cook plazas right and a problem. Right side don't reach them now say for put pepper and plazas. Pass you begin. In fact, when you go say for go buy 1,000 young pepper, where they don't pack them. Now 3, 4, end of the day. Ball pepper. There's small one where you go say no neko. Then good day. So they reach them now, wait for put Sunday. So people even they try for fend their living, not for Abu Pan government, but yet still the government gets in your own mercenary them. Wait they send for do certain things there now for people them. Because they are there, go come, talk and go. above case. Nothing they come up behind that day. Now losses for them people there so. Now losses. At the end of the day, they go tell you say now lawlessness. Then people are the lawless. Yes, we agree. But make provision. When you don't make provision for them, they not go there. They will see lawlessness. We see other country them. They get in cross street market. Then they sell on street. Waiting. Even the big UK what they talk about. So the London. Then get the Peckham. Then get the East Street. Then get the waiting. When I don't go boutique na East Street for buy thing they like just like Dovecourt. They get them. So, and other side, and the way they open street markets them. So, all you need for do, make the provision for people then. If you not say people in the sell here, find option where then people are good there, or they'll left side and go under, or you see that you find other bypass for other things then. But yet, we, then go left for settle and girlfriend and the family business, and they go fast in people in business. I beg, you know the votes? I have no problem that one day. My brother, I don't know. No.
And the real talking do this, where this government they do. The talking all up and bad.
He left to you.
Where you come and good and they get 99 excuse them.
He left to you.
Talking do pa.
He left to you. He left to you, huh? Me, I don't know more one thing.
Let we move.
I don't say no more. Then people are so all man get you again. But still, now we did dance for them. We will continue for dance for them politicians there. Until they do it, we done waiting the one for do it we. If they're not done it, we win against. But sometimes they back a fine load they see. Now this, I been talk to somebody. Now I say the only thing right away people and they enjoy na the country na boyfriend and girlfriend is. I say, what do you mean? They say, nah, no more. Nah, no more the people and they enjoy. He say, oh man. I say, but you get the one the way still the dance. He say, nah, wait till the word we use. He say, nah, just hypocrites. The all man they make right now because all man they suffer the same pain. Yeah. Anyway, if that be the case, let's dedicate this one. But please, before this music they play done, please hit for with the like button, share, and then you left your comment down below in the comment section. Yeah. Lord, listen this music when they come back just now, please.
DMT Entertainment.
We do this for Salon.
You say the same way from 2018 when you be the president. Friday and Sunday, the people and they pray for make you pay them there too. I say Marabio, the people and don't know say you they lie yo. I say Marabio, the people and don't know say you they thief oh. Now because of Fatima, you know the ruling country fine. For in Fatima, he don't break the country down. Because of Fatima, he they make the people suffer. For in Fatima, hey. Now because of Fatima, you no day na the bone. For in Fatima, he kill the bopuna. Now because of Fatima, Opa pete kanki. For in Fatima, I wouldn't walk and save we now. This because of Fatima.
But Papa, why you know the rule we find? Mind you, not for save we, you been signed. Every day you they fly. And you left the people and pan cry. Go, why for peace so? Now we been say yes, now we say no. The people and this gone if you don't know. 2023 you they pack go.
I say Marabio, the people and don't know say you they lie yo. I say Marabio, the people and don't know say you they thief oh. Now because of Fatima, you know the ruling country fine. For in Fatima, he don't break the country down. Because of Fatima, he they make the people suffer. For in Fatima, hey. Now because of Fatima, you no day na the bone. For in Fatima, he kill the bopuna. Now because of Fatima, Opa pete kanki. For in Fatima, I wouldn't walk and save we now. That's because of Fatima. Marabio, see the picking and they cry. Marabio, see the people and they die. Marabio, see education they die. Marabio, everybody just say Marabio. The people and don't know say you they lie yo. I say Marabio, the people and don't know say you they thief oh.
See me, I not talk. I not call nothing, eh? I not call name. I not pull no word na me mouth, eh? Person no go cause me. You not sober. This kind of program and I can bring for people in today. You not sober. By the way, you not sober at all. Anyway, welcome back. This is a program we had. My name is Pierre, the freedom fighter. And nobody.
But Bible Kablai from the north.
Bible Day number 4B Mountain. Yeah.
Shembe Piede pick up farm.
It's now, anytime I go, anytime I come. If I want to now, the only thing I can do now for blast.
Back of facts, yeah. Pick up farm.
Now blast no more now I get. Not again. Nothing. I can tell you the address why they. I don't care. Anyway, we move.
We fly to the high heights.
Good. Okay, so now, as we don't talk about strong energy just now, other people them, sometimes when people can politicize this whole thing, now that's now I can make no more now, I can feel tormented and confused. Like waiting and talk just now, what I say, they say our boyfriend and girlfriend no more they enjoy inside we are right now. They say, but how people they enjoy boyfriend and girlfriend, even when people they do bad things to themselves, hang themselves, choke themselves, even that guy that thing, they say, forget, not to for that, then stress no more in the param, not to for the woman make you do that. Anyway, so we move. We regard now, one time in the one video video surface na social media, who say the deputy fuller chief been the address the bank governor and in cabal. We be misunderstanding. But he talked to them. He talked to them like in a big man, and then see don't listen like then a small bubble we not sabi the work safe. Well, other person will say, hey, yeah, we in a government with tolerance and wait till they listen to the people. And I lie, bruh. now we don't really know say the government, the economy, it ain't a treat. When to that mean they come to that about Jesus now. Not just watch this video and listen to how they come back Jesus now. Yeah? By the way, we don't mix them, so you could just see some of the wataki business they can inside there all as we can know. We come back Jesus now.
If at all, in the eat pain killer, look what in outside the pain there you mean the pain, you go down all the pain killer in a pharmacy, where. This is not the dollar issue. What is the problem for this dollar issue? I'm sorry. You talk say, Lau not talk about trade in Lau go to Minister of Trade. But Minister of Trade, Finance, NRA, all they connect to bank governor because now you they look now you now a banker now you all thing not to you they cry for. Anything what happen they say why the bank governor, why the bank the central bank not do it? Now yeah, what a king. Where people then, the custom where people then they pay in this country, nobody in West Africa, including England. The custom where they are passing England. That's number one. Two, when the people then pay this money, so the government not go protest them for like they sell, then get the money back. Three, now, the salary economy is little na treat. You na businessman, you for advise government. If you tell government in the ministry, finance and trade, they all then connect to you, sir. And NRA, because NRA where they collect money, they keep up. So if you advise them, then go agree for you. Now the salary economy is little na treat. They have money when they get. When they trust people their way, they're not paying nothing to government, then can they market in a trade? When the business people them would have been they bring 10 containers, one each month, if they bring 1 container, then a 12 container for the calendar month. For the 1 year. So now person they bring 1 year if they sell and buy plastic because of the custom way there. Nobody know the common side can buy there. Labria they've been the can buy there. Guinea they've been the can buy there. If them people then they buy, nobody know the harass for dollar. The economy they tin up because they know they take the Guinea franc, then come buy now. They know they take the Liberian dollar, then come buy now, and the US dollar, then they come buy. Where businessman don't sell outside, now foreign currency they sell. Where get them foreign currency they come pay in a bank for other markets. But now, anything so far now, yeah, pushing the export, you bring 1 container, if they sell them all by plastic, nobody know they can buy to you. Because of the market dear past Guinea.
Okay, I think this Pa, he talk like a businessman. You know, not to forget PhD. Now the thing. Sometimes you get PhD, not to PhD, you dey get PhD, but you no sabi how for exercise. Na like this. You go look and say, hey, it's not businessman, this not barber. You not sabi nothing. Wait till they can talk about the full economy. But he sabi. Now this week he always talk. You know, this make I be like me former boss. He always tell you, say, when you do something, you know, they pair the same people of the same quality. You pair one way get this, and then you pair the other one way get the other side. We put them together, negative and positive, then they give perfect current, perfect power. But when you go put negative and negative or positive and positive, tell me something. What thing they happen?
A problem.
Not a
big
one.
problem.
It you one. No problem. But when you put the two different people, you put a pair them, that day the one land from that day one land from that day, and then they able to do something positive. Because that kind of big competition, or they rather then they work towards achieving something. Look at this now. It tell we plain one say the economy didn't street. What it mean? If you look and simply, it they try to break down for you, let they understand. If then go back from that time where this man don't talk this to now, then for not able to put something. But this time, then feel say when they charge people and for pay big money na the wataki, now they make them get dollar, now they make the economy boom and all of them things there. When you want to go na the country, you fly plane or waiting, you pay big tax and waiting, and they make no, you make people run away. Now exactly the try for tell we so. Then and the way the economy been try for boom, you find out say other people then Guinean, then Liberian, and they come by. We get the Bamo Luma, we get the other side them. You know that international market we been there usai. You see, all of them and they make people and they come. But as it is now, people know they go left for go buy na Guinea. Where na semi-free because nothing already like free port, but na semi-free. Then get. Then come buy na salon where they pay a cow price. It's not possible. We will continue for the suffer with people them in the name of we get in revenue or income from the people them. Whilst we suffer them, and then other people them they make money from we own people them back because at the same time people them they can go the dollar because we want to go buy na Guinea from Ferry, you therefore go change the money. If you change in Leons for get dollar, so you will get better tea and that, or you change them to the young Guinea franc. If you want to go buy, you get for of course you get for old Liberia. I don't know why make you feel say. People them where for example na that gendema, people them where na that waiting they prefer for go inside Liberia for go buy things them. The one that where they na that Kaila on the other part safe. Then prefer for go na Guinea for go buy things there rather than they come. Because number one, the road not good. Number two, things them very cheap na the inside and they pass where you come back inside the country for come buy. So look at all of them things in there. If practically then people also they book where they say they get na the aid when na the PhDs then. Yeah, then transform and translate them and try for dilute into the system where people can go able to get that kind of system. The economy go fine, but as it is now, I'm sorry, Baba, I think say what you guys for do. You guys for go back, and may you go talk to certain people then. Until you know say the deputy caretaker himself na fula, you guys for go meet and make you talk to them. Because it's like say when you talk to them, then go understand. You understand? Because then kind of system they also right now, it's like for say we need the ordinary people and the people where they feel say no sabi better book, let them begin talk to them. Yeah? Because this time around, we know say most of the people we don't get money in the world. Not a book. Not a book good money. Now the young sense where they use for make things them. Not begin watch. The tell will begin talk about Bill Gates everything. Now book you get. No, not look at this Facebook, Zuckerberg, how you call him. He go school, but at the same time, not to that kind of PhD you talk about. He able to bring his own idea and translate them for able to get your own income. And what I mean knows now, your own business. If you continue for work for people, then you're not able to make it until you do your own business. Now you're able to see something better. So if we live in this kind of situation, we go continue for work for other country. Them say we country in the go down. My brother.
Well, this na a big shame to we big one them where we just push before for make the handle government business inside we are. You know, some of the surprise for see this school apart, they display this in very important good talent. In brain now they use so. They give lectures to people the way they knack just say they sabi book, It gives sense, it pack knowledge on people where they not just say they're not PhD, where they call PhD, who don't describe as PhD. You know, there are people that are not supposed to say all of them things they are where this party talk, they don't know, they know. But when you get people that were selfish, people that were greedy, you know, people that were heartless, people that will not get the country where they say na their own country at heart. Now some of them things they are with the encounter always. And we not go ever left for encounter that kind of problem or facing that kind of problems there until me and you are always they talk. Me and you take ourselves serious. If we not take ourselves serious, these people they continue for bully we, these people they continue for suffer we. Never mind, we don't they suffer. But like what you they talk here today, this particular suffer they suffer in this country. Now the worst ever me get sense na salon. This particular government, this particular group of people are the SL people where they call themselves power. Where aside we don't already describe and people like them kind of power. Waiting and get for can display. But we take and make fun. All wait for this full apart the talk. One line or the economy today now we earn. But we get a government where it be say one prime minister. They thief almost $1 million. Almost $1 million them. They go keep. Now here we see them people here they fumble and they put money and they host them. Then they snap put on social media. With the same money na up foods where other people they call cash. Then they blow foot up. We see ministers them today where it say so man the likes of the rudest minister when a Lilo is slimmer. If left you mind back. For no you will be no I know who say they live. See they watch. Because then people that they take power, then they give them offices, they give them offices them for help the county or for help the masses, then they give them offices them for help themselves and their family. So you were out there, like now you they cry foul. Nobody, no one. Of course they kiss on them corner and they laugh with you. We get by that time they then start in rumba, they then get clubbed and they go meet and they laugh. Not to say they know they listen the cry of the people, but they don't get time. Because them and their family themselves. So when they get people who are selfish, always in this full apart they talk, you know, they even enter at their age. Well, the last one where I just they give people them, may God help this full apart, because this now a government where it be say, as long as you talk something, where they feel say the people they see you say, you not blame, you try for advise them, the next thing they come at you. The person wait for talk for you, wait for be the second gentleman, when are the vice caretaker, we they see na mumuna we are in position na here you don't take. Now then they go, now then they come. Decide the way the second gentleman for go na they go there. So may God just guide this power, may they not come at him because we serve this government.
And people then they say book. This not a matter of no, I don't know what people some people can refer to as education. I'm not fitting a book no more in education. Not to that no more. For say I learn because even I they say people learn even if you know learn once you know learn English, yeah, you sabi Arabic or you sabi anything else. This is not learn. This is illiterate and so it is sabi an Arabic no more sabi.
Now one part of the thing that one the way where they make with a soft part of this country. Because na salon we take and say if you no go school, you no go college, meaning you no learn
nothing.
When you go to other man country, you they see how carpenter they create impacts in the country. You they see farm when overseas when you check the money where farmers them get. But who are they open a government? Not get that money there.
Anyway, As we dey talk, let we move now and let we go now to the ACC, and then we dey come back just now because see the chance rebuilding, something they go on from that side as they say they don't conclude investigation into that day. Let's just listen this short press conference where we don't cut time for let's just get few words them no more. Then we come back just now.
So from 2012, the $2 million was available. The contract for the renovation itself was signed in December 2016. The original contract for the renovation of the UN, the Sierra Leone Permanent Mission House in New York was $2,560,000. That was the first contract. The contract price after change orders, including the addition of 2 floors, was increased from $2,560,000 to $5,295,555. That means we had a situation whereby $2.5 million was initially agreed. It was the contract price. The contractor signed that will renovate. For some reason, somebody changed this and increased that amount to $5,295,000 plus. The additional to the original contract price is $2,725,555. That is above 100% of the original contract price. None of the payments that make up the 88.8% of the money that has been paid to the contractor followed even the terms of the contract itself that was signed. For example, before a payment is done, there has to be an approval by an architect who will look at work done and confirm that this percentage of work has been done and completed, therefore you can proceed to pay. At no time was that followed. There is a second $2 million which was allocated for this construction after 2018. Again, that $2 million was received in Sierra Leone. Some of it was sent to New York, and some of it fell into private hands. Now, the complainant in this matter, I must tell you, is the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. He is so appalled by how these monies were handled, particularly under his own administration. People who he gave confidence into and appointed into positions, how they handled this money, that when he found out that the construction work itself has stopped, and some neighbors have started litigation against Sierra Leone, he was so appalled that he personally asked me to say, look into this matter, speedily investigate, let us know the fact, let the people of Sierra Leone understand what happened, and of course let us hold everybody accountable. At the time he made that complaint, he was not aware of the fact that there was already historical corrupt practices. I know when we talk about historical corrupt practices, people start thinking that we just feel like going into the past. As I have said and I maintain, as we have said as a commission and we maintain, there are 30 corruption investigations that cannot be truncated. If money came for the construction of a Sierra Leone permanent mission in New York, and the payment and the contract started in 2012, heading to 2016, and the first transfer in that regard happened in 2016, we will be a very irresponsible commission if we start the investigation from 2018 alone. It will be unprofessional. It will go against the standards of meaningful investigation. And that is why We are not bothered about the political conversations around this. We are professionals. We stick to the facts. The following people were of interest in this investigation, and all of them have been interviewed. Some of them are on bail. The first person is Dr. Ali Kabari, ambassador of Sierra Leone to Egypt, who was until recently the permanent rep to the UN. Another permanent rep who was of interest to the investigation was Dr. Francis Kaikai, the Minister of Planning and Development. Also, Richard Solomon Ralph Williams, the Accountant General, currently was also interviewed. We have spoken to Florence N. Bangali, the Director General and Ambassador at Large. We have spoken to the Principal Accountant in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Septimus Jenkins Johnson. We have spoken to Dr. Samura Matthew Wilson Kamara, who was Minister of Foreign Affairs at some point during this period. We have spoken to Mrs. Nabila Farida Tunis, who was until recently the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We have spoken to Kandeh Kamara, the current financial attaché to the Sierra Leone mission to the United Nations in New York. We have also spoken to Vafomba Fode Bawo, former financial attaché to the Sierra Leone mission to the United Nations in New York. We have spoken to Madam Khadija Basir, who was former Director General at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and of course had a lot of supervisory role to play during the time of these transfers. We have also spoken to Musa Kamara, who is the head of a private company from whom we have started recovering some of the money. We have spoken to his lawyer as well. We have spoken to Paul Solomon Hopada Bokari, the professional head at the Ministry of Works. We have spoken to Mr. Paul Mina, who was former Director General at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, now the Deputy Ambassador to Turkey. We have spoken to Mr. Saidu Nalo, who is currently the head of Chancery in the permanent mission in New York. We have spoken to Sheku Masali, the Deputy Ambassador, who is the Deputy Ambassador in Washington, but at the time he was working at the UN Permanent Rep in New York. We have spoken to the contractor himself, Mr. Jules Sanders Davis, who is the owner of Fairfield Construction Associates LLC New York, and he was the one who was given the contract by our agents in Sierra Leone to construct this building. We have spoken to Alan Ebun George, the counselor in the Sierra Leone Permanent Mission to New York. We have spoken to Musa Kamara, a businessman. We have also spoken to the legal officer attached to the permanent mission in New York, Dr. Michael Imran Kanu, to understand the legal framework surrounding this. He's not a person of interest, but as somebody who is there as our legal attaché, we spoke to him. We have spoken to Louis Montesi, the owner of Empire Group New York, who was the subcontractor. So this is what happens. Fairfield was given the contract, and they in turn subcontracted Empire Group to do some work on this property. We have spoken to Mr. Idris Sumagiti Tijan, the acting head of Chancery to the Embassy of Sierra Leone in New York. We have spoken to Victoria M. Suleiman, the ambassador and deputy permanent rep political affairs for the Sierra Leone mission in New York. We have spoken to Iris Max McCarthy, the assistant secretary to the ambassador, and we have spoken to Unisa SCC, the former director general, the former director of admin and finance at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. These are the people we have spoken to. As you can see, they represent political heads, technocrats and bureaucrats, covering a wide range of periods starting 2011 to 2021. That the whole transaction surrounding the manner in which the contract was awarded and how funds were handled were either fraudulent or negligent, unprocedural, and thus the reason why all players in the transaction having to do with the project are now under scrutiny, and we are going to ensure that they answer for their role in the corrupt practices that happened, including the failure to follow established processes for public work. And we are going to hold all those responsible. They will have to have their day in court.
Well, of course, the people ask, who not only listen to Shembepe, one of the Fambulem,
my brother,
with Francis Ben Kelfala, as we always can call him, with action. Well, of course, now this report he can give you on the investigation, but I they take come from the other angle. You know, one thing but this so-called misdirection power thinks them the way important way we don't learn at this commission. We don't ever see reports come out. But like where people like you always they talk say this commission for make it sweet. Now until talk come there where they involve other people them we not they now the misdirection group. Now they tell the CBN Kelfala where they come out and put all in power for investigate. So maybe I'm not twist the face now, so I say now the other angle me they come out. I don't care outside get for counter. This case don't sweet for investigate because we don't hear he names them from the opposition. The case they were not sweet for investigate. We don't hear you say they allege say the female caretaker, vice caretaker, take plenty money. At the end of the day, the investigation and look at that. The former chief minister, when now the minister of Fly, they don't call for them. We not see it go no side. The caretaker and travel the way they travel. It's except don't need for investigate. The free money the way they take. You know, for me when they talk to you, when cases like this they happen, especially where you read names from the opposition, reports come up from the commission, me, I'm not impressed. Never. So I just they call the colleague Kelfala where they call names them. Where he wants for make the original in table, for make show him boss say it work. Everybody say the reports come on from caretaker. Thief man they are like thief. The only concern when we get the same way then they get the county. Now the international world. I rest my case, my brother.
okay, so I will take him from the side where you say. I will take him from that side where you say the complaint come out from the caretaker. Interestingly, this complaint not come out from the caretaker. It begins from the audit report.
Now so he say.
It begins for the audit report, but they not say anything. Nothing they not say. He never look himself. Okay? Not until when the Africanist press blow the horn. Now make a talk and just not say when Africanist press call people attention to that day. Now they tell the caretaker say, Ben, you need for look into this thing. Then he say the power way for look into that case they urgently. So if the power not been calling attention, if Africanist press not been blow the horn BB1, yeah, you know for been going to and look into and speedily. Because for you not to your interest here that one day. Now, the case don't sweet because you get mixed of politicians inside it. Me, I can always talk say, if they do genuine investigation, anybody with them catch, it thief with money, let them quiz some take pull am. I don't care how that the person be. But the problem now, how sincere, how genuine this investigation will be. Because now, they don't say, then the charge go court. Then the charge go court, they not go find any way for adjust this thing. They not go say, okay, this they not be understand, so let them look into them in case they find one, let them send and go into control department. Never. Because it not get for do with their own test. It's just unfortunate say, some of the young players them they inside it. But that they not in the focus, because not to the big catch in all of this. Me and you know that inside the big catch day. Now, if you look into this, then forbidden say, okay, let's go into prevention mechanism. Yeah, let's send into the prevention so we will prevent that kind of thing that so not for happen again. Because they don't flout the how they call them. They flout certain things them where they're not supposed for don't do. They don't do certain things them where it's not supposed to be that kind with it. But as we talk so, you will see, because like I say, baraka siga baraka fa and go and come. Yeah. When it get for do with the first lady, you know say if they want for balance the first lady in your case no more like that day, and not will be so then drop parliament. All parliament as big as them be, parliament as steady as them be, when they make law, then say they go send in case. Now the same thing they do, the contract they not go through the right mechanism, eat money, they not report how they eat them, all of them things they are so. The first lady, instead eat money, and not able to account for no single cent. But at the same time, they send them all go under waiting and call prevention mechanism. And then send them at the prevention and control department under ACC for teach them waiting and for do for let not happen next time. But it not will happen to any other person. Any other person, where they give small money they get a mistake, then they quiz select because it not belong. For let you survive rights, you get for belong. You really get for belong. So why Ben Kelfala wait until caretaker calling attention and caretaker feel torment because this thing don't fly all over now the social media. All over. Because when it first started, yeah, we see the minister of misinformation come and tell we say that is not true. Not so true, but notwithstanding that and investigate. Now, it all reached to this point now, they want to give the prize or the praise to the caretaker for saying, now, because in the fight against corruption, in fact, it not be no self say it gets this kind of historical background, but now it don't know. So you see? But still, we watch the case, how we will get for end, because we all know how this conclude, waiting with the conclusion will get for B. Notwithstanding that, we know we draw conclusion, and we wait. Kandeh Yumkella, I did do sir. All thing. When they come back. But the problem now, where plenty people they ask now, waiting make, yeah, we for the wait until Lenka situation they also arise before ever we come with this. A professional is really nice because we deceive now with man country, when certain thing happen, they can get a trail. Then they go behind and see who side the thing begin, make sure say they cut that particular case, they let it not happen again. But because of political reason, we know how we can go, and we know waiting at the flavor where it can get in all of these things. But now we stand in that, like I said, we wait and see waiting they happen. But the question we may ask now waiting exactly then they do. For say, because in this particular case, we don't see go 50-50. Then say that they thief. But this then come, they not blow, then self do the same thing and thief. So, what thing we go do now? Is it that thief man they are thief? So the question now, who that we will get for believing all of this? This thief man effect for pulling company waste now, not knowing that when they pulling company waste now, you always self they come out. Let's take this music, we come back just now.
Papa, you been tell we say that we trust the process, but man, let's call the progress of the process. Wearing suit and tie, man dirty character. Thief man they all a thief, now the system matter. I, whoa, yeah. Papa, you been tell we say make we trust the process, but man, let's call the progress of the process. Wearing suit and tie, bandoti character. Thief man they all a thief, now the system batter. I Rastaman, me know every cock and bull, me represent green, white and blue. That's what me have to do. Then meet the water dirty, then awake make it settle, and then jump inside, then dirty and more. Thief man they all a thief, now the system batter. Salon they go bien. Who that now we go believe, oh. Wrong side life, we dey live so. I say now the capside life, we dey live, oh. I say now the wrong side life, we dey live so, eh. It's just a capside life, we dey live now, yeah. Oh now, whoa, 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 yeah. Papa, you been tell we say, make we trust the process, but under the scholarly progress of the process. We are in student time.
Yes, indeed, the capside life, now they live so the wrong side life, now they live so the dong side life. Thief man they hala thief, now that now we for believe. Now the same thing, the optic, they hala thief. So, it's like I say the thief man and Nomboku, thief man from both sides. Thief man from both sides. So, the question now, who do we for trust pardon two political parties? Somebody been just the talk, say, let we give a surprise. Let we do a protest vote. Let we give somebody we very new into the system. But the question now, who that new into the system? Who that they will not ever don't belong? Maybe Femi Claudio school, and not be don't belong before. And not come on and none of the party them. And a woman, maybe if we try and we can get a chance. I don't know, but na my opinion. Because them people, I don't tell them they disappoint me.
Now that woman they no more who they see say like what they talk, but all the balance one in our stray bullets.
So who that be done day? Who that come right away go make it so we go say I not be done day under.
Nah, stray bullets.
Who that one way or the other way they not be done calling him pantif.
Nah, Kandeh Yumkella.
Anyway, I don't know. Maybe people could tell we if inkling. But the bottom line now, if you don't get allegiance to them party there before.
Samura.
Waiting?
Nah, Dr. Samura.
Wait here, Potter.
He said he hand clean.
In fact, if you don't begin a caretaker bill for thief long term, so when you a person for thief, then how you call yourself?
Inactivity.
Anyway, let's go into the case now of Kandeh Yumkella and David Fona, as the High Court, the Supreme Court, make a ruling today, and this come in favor of Kandeh Yumkella. Let's just get an excerpt, small one, yeah, for let's just, we cut Kotamo, and one of the judges, the number we bring come to you now. If you want to get the full one, go to the YouTube page, and then you can able get the full video of that. But for now, let me just go back and listen to this particular ruling we been come out today. We'll come back just now.
The plaintiff, David Fona, as stated above, on 5th February 2018, filed in this court's registry an originating notice of motion posing certain questions which, according to his solicitors and counsel, needed to be answered by the court. And if they were answered in a certain manner, several declarations were sought. The action was initially brought against Alhaji Dr. Kandeh Yumkella, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Mohamed Infa Ali Conte, and the National Electoral Commission. Later in the proceedings, as indicated above, on the application of counsel for the first defendant, Dr. Yumkella, and by order of this court, the other three defendants were added on, namely Dr. Dennis Bright, Chairman, National Gun Coalition, Francis Yindowa, Secretary General, National Gun Coalition, and the National Gun Coalition Party itself. The plaintiff asked this court firstly to interpret sections 41, 75, and 76 of the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone. Interpretation of those constitutional provisions will help determine 1. Whether a naturalized citizen of Sierra Leone is disqualified from being elected as a member of Parliament and thereby also disqualified to be elected President. 2. Whether a citizen of a country other than Sierra Leone, having become one voluntarily or otherwise, in brackets, or is under a declaration of allegiance to such a country, is disqualified from being elected a member of the Sierra Leone Parliament and consequently disqualified to be elected President. 3. If the answer to question 1 is in the affirmative, what is the effect in law of a naturalized citizen running for election as a member of Parliament and consequently for the office of President? 4. If the answer to question 2 is in the affirmative, what is the effect of such a citizen running for Parliament and also for the office of President? Secondly, the plaintiff posed for determination by this court the interpretation of sections 5 and 7 of the Sierra Leone Citizenship Act 1973 as amended by Act number 11 of 2006. First question posed was whether upon the proper construction of sections 10 of the Section 10 of the 1973 Act as amended, and before the coming into force of the Amendment Act in 2006, a person having Sierra Leone citizenship and any other citizenship as one at the same time by operation of law ceased to be a Sierra Leonean. 2. Whether upon a proper interpretation of Section 11 of the 1973 Act as amended and before the coming into effect of the 2006 Amendment Act, a person upon attaining the age of 22 years, being a citizen of Sierra Leone and also a citizen of another country by operation of the law, ceased to be a citizen of Sierra Leone. 3. The answer to question 1. The answer to question 1 is in the affirmative. Can such a person be eligible to contest parliamentary and presidential elections? 4. If the answer to 2 is in the affirmative, what is the effect in law of a person who is already a citizen of Sierra Leone and also a citizen of another country? Can such a person be eligible to contest parliamentary and presidential elections? The plaintiff sought the following declarations. 1. That by virtue of sections 41, 75, and 76 of our 1991 Constitution, no person shall be qualified to be elected a member of Parliament or President if he is a naturalized citizen of Sierra Leone. 2. That by virtue of sections 41, 75, and 76 of our Constitution, no person shall be so qualified to be elected a member of Parliament or President if he is a citizen of a country other than Sierra Leone, having become such a citizen voluntarily or is under a declaration of allegiance to the other country. 3. That by virtue of sections 10 and 11 of the 1973 Act as amended and before the coming into force of the 2006 Amendment Act, a citizen of Sierra Leone who was also a citizen of another country ceased to be a Sierra Leonean. And 4. That if the declaration sought above are granted, the first defendant, Dr. Yumkella, is disqualified to be elected a member of Parliament or President. The motion was supported by the affidavit of the plaintiff himself. To submit on the basis of the submissions above, the first defendant can only be deemed a citizen or non-citizen, or be deemed to have lost his citizenship, or be deemed to now be a Sierra Leonean in accordance with what the citizenship laws of Sierra Leone expressly prescribe, and not with reference to any other fact. These two subparagraphs succinctly set out what the plaintiff's complaint is all about. It is our view, and as I have stated in the opening paragraphs above, that our Sierra Leone Citizenship Act 1973, as amended in 1976, 2006, and finally in 2017 by Act number 3 of 2017, sets out the position clearly and requires no interpretation. It stipulates how one loses one's citizenship and how one regains it. The minister's letter exhibited by the plaintiff to his second affidavit was inaccurate in the conclusion reached therein. It was clearly tendentious and made without proper consideration of the law in question. It follows that contrary to the submission made by the plaintiff in subparagraph 2, subparagraph Q, at the same page 9 of his statement of case, it was not the duty of the third and fourth defendants to open an inquiry as to the current status of the first defendant once he had provided the appropriate responses required in the schedule to the Public Elections Act 2012. Making a false statement in the declaration for nomination is punishable as perjury. That would have been a matter for a person taking objection to first defendant's nomination as a candidate. For that matter, plaintiff has not, in all of the documents filed on his behalf, himself provided proof of his citizenship. He has merely exhibited his voter identification card. That is not by and in itself proof of citizenship. It follows also that the conclusions reached by the plaintiff at subparagraph 3, subparagraphs A and B on pages 9 and 10 of his statement of case are insupportable as of January 2018. The state of the law as to citizenship in January 2018 was, as is stated in the 1973 Act as amended in 1976, in 2006 and 2017 respectively. In his conclusions reached, the plaintiff conflated the meaning of ceasing to be a citizen and the renunciation of citizenship as one and the same thing. Ceasing to be a citizen is a passive act. You may have ceased to be one because of something you may have done or not done. But renouncing one's citizenship requires something to be done by both the person concerned and some other authority connected with the act of renunciation. If the further arguments advanced by the plaintiff in his subparagraph 3, subparagraph E and F, subparagraphs E and F are taken to their logical conclusion, it would mean that the first defendant, having ceased to be a Sierra Leonean citizen for all purposes and for all time by taking on American citizenship, would automatically become stateless once he relinquished or renounced his American citizenship. There is provision in our laws to prevent such an unfortunate consequence. In their haste, both the plaintiff and the Minister of Internal Affairs at the time omitted to advert their respective minds to this provision. In any event, and in order to provide clarity, one cannot in the nature of things cease to be a citizen by birth under Sierra Leone law. This has been clarified by the 2017 amendment to the 1973 Act. One can properly deny the circumstances of his birth. One can, however, renounce an adopted nationality or citizenship, a citizenship conferred by either naturalization or registration, or one transmitted to that person by one or both of his birth parents. This court believes that it should follow the reasoning of the learned Chief Justice as to the substance of the plaintiff's claim in that action, but should differ on the issue of cost. We are of the view that the plaintiff was well aware of the first defendant's status before he gave instructions to his counsel. He should therefore bear the cost of the action up to the date he applied to discontinue the action. In the result, the seventh defendant's declaration is granted. 1. This honorable court declares and orders that any person upon attaining the age of 22 years was or is a citizen of Sierra Leone and also a citizen of any other country did and does not by operation of law or any other means cease to be a Sierra Leonean. 2. The plaintiff shall bear the cost of the action up to the date he applied for it to be discontinued in favor of the first, third and fourth defendants. The fifth and sixth defendants were joined at the instance of the first defendant. The second defendant did not participate actively in the action and is not therefore entitled to costs.
Well, of course, the people them as we don't hear it. Waiting come out from Kandeh Yumkella in case we don't lead up for long term na court. Well, some people be say it the loss, other people be say na so it the end like I end so. Well, this na in a case where case they come, sometimes they expect na so it they come out, sometimes they are they expect them, but I feel say majority of the people who will follow this case, they feel say Kandeh for be lost this case where the other person for don't take over the position where or the area, because as we all know, all these facts they happen because of politics. Would have feel say that the popular passing company, would have feel say that not for popular passing company. I see the OP much.
Drama dey into this. The Sonko squad, but they feel safe. Kandeh lost this seat, then they get them. And if Kandeh been get this seat, yeah, it means say the misdirection, then they get points down. You understand? That way, how they can pass just free flow out and thin. If we say they can't tight for them. So I don't know how it happened. This ruling, we see different views them from the 5 judges them we did it. All man get in way how he look at this case. Law not just idleness no more, mix up box up. All man get your idea. The one guarantee all man interpret I want for them. But 5 at the end of the day we still can them maintain. But as I begin to talk to a member say sometimes I don't want for not taken from me, but I put some waiting kind of in mind. Because if APC been gets this seat, yeah, it will be knockout, it will be something different from for SLPP. So you not feel say workout or work behind the working. For like working.
When I work.
For like working, we move for team up work.
Work.
Because honestly, if Kandeh be come out, na APC dey come because na the second waiting according to waiting na the thing wey SLPP don't begin set. Yeah, the president say whether they come out the second person na for take over. So obviously na APC be the second. But if APC been take that seat, then a problem.
Of course.
No problem.
That gets so in misdirection.
Yes, it will be a problem for them. Small bit, not too much, but small. Because NIB na then get the parliament. NIB look am, and then get the parliament. It like how APC gets any kind of thing and then get the parliament. You understand what I mean? Now they control every part of the parliament. Here, it get for do with money business and then they control. It get for do with the speaker, the deputy and then they control. It get for do with the leader of government business. Now, of course, you know. So, and that parliament now, nobody know how they log in param. Nobody. Because the speaker was now determined that for talk, that not for talk. When you say you need talk, you need talk. And not like the other parliament, like the South African parliament, where you get, MP go argue the speaker word for word. When you say, I want to follow you, apologize. He say, oh, that word. He say, okay, you say, now this. He say, okay, you have to apologize. Say, no, you see, what been say apologize, no do. But in this case, you know, we get mine for doing kind of thing, and the speaker, they tell you, plain once, sit down, and you force sit down. If not, then they get different thing, contempt. This, I know you call no more of parliament. Now, that thing will begin define to you, standing order this, according to the standing order that, according to this, not in the use member of parliament right now. And when you camp and you go to the big constitution where you get different things the way they begin looking to. So, but notwithstanding that, like me, I feel good that this case end this kind of way. I don't know how other person go look. I'm waiting and go say a mean, but I just feel say no more. NIB, they get the play inside still. They get. But me no say if na SLPP been there as seconder in this scheme, Kandeh they lost the case. And then they will start with themselves. Remember how APC, SLPP case been going to court. Long time. They don't pull the MP them. Not to the same kind test they get to, but they don't pull it long time. Because what they make? Then they didn't say the one number in parliament. But this one, because not to their own interest, they don't get anything for do with it. Yeah, so they know. You see how long it take from 2018 to 2021. Almost here around there. 3 years now, 4 years they cancel. 4 years now they cancel. Still, but that's what life be. And they see say the judiciary, all man, any government where they use and misuse them. They salon the judiciary. Any government where they use and misuse them. He always dance into the interest of the waiting, but they don't tell we. Even the Attorney General the other time, where they talk, he say, I take oath to you for defend and protect the waiting. So, what do you think? What did he tell an F court? And the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, now they supervise the Chief Justice. So, all things, you know, the way how the system they say, now I don't understand. Until we say able to maintain certain things, then we go say the credibility. Yeah? We know say this is wrong. When they say fall white, white. But you know they say fall white, they go call and black. Until we reach to them point and then nothing will change. Going back to this Kandeh Yumkella in case, the interpretation them is so much that it is clear and not clear. It's clear because one simple thing the way they use. By birth, you know we deny person citizenship by birth according to the law. If at all it been denounced in citizenship na US, then denounced and back na don't be stateless somebody. It means say it not belong to nobody and it not possible. By birth in a citizen of the country. So you see, so the interpretation, the way they can look and one thing when they can say the 1920 Constitution, it get power past any other, you know, whatever amendment where they try for do because in the big law. Because in 2006, they do some other things that when I come up with it to see team better one. But as it is now, that's why now I don't begin see wait to make Kandeh Yumkella be the first for this dual citizenship in parliament. Because if they've not been too sure of what thing will happen, if you feel if they're able for fast track then for be able for see way out and able for null this particular thing. But notwithstanding that, it don't still get victory in this one, which is good. It's good. It's good for them. Let me see, because now we don't hear the talk say it could begin use the social media for propagate messages them. If then the no way they can shut them down. Well, let me see if it will stand up to that word the way it talk. Yeah, because we say self we able param. We've been feel say we go under. We not to the main opposition party, but we expect plenty thing from them. Because like for me,
where can they ask stray bullets from the SLVP? You say you get mind though.
No, I be the expect. Honestly, I be the expect. Maybe we are one of the people the way it disappoint. Yeah.
No, it be bother.
No, I be really the expect. At the time in mind, I be really the expect. Same.
Nothing no get for come up and down.
I know say in the main opposition because like China so and himself now other one, but I don't know. I know the see himself and me I know the look himself right now. I don't know really what happen.
The second caretaker under the VP.
No, he no worse pass himself. I don't know really what they happen to chairman of parliament. You know, but like can they say if they begin use the social media because now waiting I notice now safe pan politician the only way they get interest pan something now where they think they're against them. You understand what I mean? If they're not being the press can they know they change like I change so say at the beginning go on social media anyway. When now they don't begin treat them, then they block them. This in-law way do let them fast track and all thing for this dual citizenship. They ignore all of them thing and they make it vex. And now then the treater inside parliament better one. Now himself he want begin talk. Me no say they talk for himself, not for the people there. But one person say now I begin talk for the people there and I engage them. Engage with that.
It's too late.
Engage them. Then politicians can always talk them. Yeah. The only time where they get interest for deal with something serious one, where they know say that thing they don't do in against them. But if in their own favor, they know they ever say and say bad. They ever say all the politicians they are not pull 50 million on people. Look China right now. It's that him boop, it's don't para back. Then they have para. But this now the question they ask. If SLPP come on now, then come out tomorrow now, would that book can give you that kind of test what we all they expect? Not another big disappointment with the can go pan. But who do
that? Me. Not me.
But I don't tell you say logo for that mommy. Claudius School. Logo for Claudius.
No, they go for me.
What you say? I need vote for a 50 million. I said Jeremy will go to Femi Claudius School.
You're not a finance minister.
No, I don't. No, go to Femi Claudius School. At the campaign.
Where minister of me?
Eh?
I did fit. You know, they fit.
Who's I?
Minister of Misinformation. I did fit.
Anyway, it's for the like button. Let me see what's in the happen. It's the like button. Let's just see a few things, then we don't come up. The like button we get 71. If you can just give it 100 right now out of the 193 we watch, we go appreciate them so much. It's for the like button. And the Facebook, let's see. Facebook, okay, we get 62. Ooh. The server don't come down. Thank you very much. We appreciate you so much. They say the case we Canada win at the beginning of SLPP downfall. Okay. What do you think?
We look at Opal Ace and see what's in the happen. 2023 in a corner.
Only
would I downfall now we'll see.
Only if we the people and go left hypocrite. If we go left for dance, even when we suffer, we like me just now at the end so but the dance just
suffer push.
Yes. At the end we can pack out big go fet pan bitter cola and corn. Hey life. Anyway, now thank you. We'll join us tomorrow back here for we can talk about different things then, yeah. You know, say we can talk for talk, but we they need talk for give it in for talk, so I will go stop. Yeah? I don't know no more now. Sometimes me brother is still one for there. Madabio.
The only thing I get for Sidoya for we will tell me sir still one day and for tell me people and plenty. Thank you. You will don't come and share the program, comments, like, una all plenty thank you. As una know, this now una family channel, and una all our family members them. Until we meet again tomorrow, now another beautiful program from this same channel we had. I would like to say, Tata, God bless we all. God bless Mama Salon. Me, Naba Bread.
Okay, me na Sembe Pierre, I'm the freedom fighter. One love to we all. God bless we all. Well, right now, almost o'clock soon. Right now, because normally it's supposed to be Lawachi time. Una wait to Lawachi time. Mostly for be. It will be 10:46 right now. Usa come out 10:46.
12:47.
12:47. Wait,
yeah.
how comes we sleep and wake no more 2 hours difference? How comes?
How comes?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Left that day and we will keep planning for another day. Yes, subscribe. You always the watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wait you get for do, press this red subscribe button, and then you come over here and press this bell. To the bell option, press this one with all. It don't done. It no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you the support we for make we do more. Thank you for your help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.